Good morning. There was just some things on my heart this morning that I wanted to tell you about. First of all, yesterday was a little bit of seemed like a blue day, but anytime I have those blue days, it doesn't take long till something in the spirit ministers to me that builds my spirit back up. And a lot of times that'll happen at night when I sleep through dreams. I know I've documented like 70 dreams plus, and kind of hopes to make a book or something like that, but it may just end up being completely for my benefit. Kind of like the way I feel most of the stuff I do is. But in this dream revolved around our bottom pond. Now our bottom pond in Solitude wasn't much of a pond. It was pretty shallow. It had a creek going into it, and you could probably walk across that pond at the very deal and not even get knee high if you weren't getting afraid of getting stuck in the mud. And a lot of it, the dream revolved around building a contraption with huge balloon-ish tires down there, because I can't tell you how many times that we've gotten stuck in tractors and stuff trying to mow the pasture, and that just be too difficult to too difficult terrain. And then I woke in and I kept thinking about that, and I thought, boy, I've had a lot of dreams about that area and doing different stuff like that. And then it just kind of hit me, you're building a vehicle to navigate difficult terrain. I thought, that's pretty good. You know, that's, and my spirit kind of, it was being uplifted to that thought. I'm building a vehicle to navigate tough terrain. Okay, I can get that. And then another part of the dream, I was getting repairs done, and I remember paying for them, and it was like $9,762, something like that. And I kept going over the numbers, like, was there significance in the numbers? And then it's like, again, I got a little bit of nudge, and I'm like, no, it was an expensive repair, but it's more about being repaired than that number. I thought, okay, and then I get built up a little bit more, and that always happens. And a lot of times you get discouraged if you think your help is going to come from a physical situation, like from people around us. Because we're all doing the same thing. We're building a vehicle to navigate difficult terrain. And if we expect somebody else to physically come to our rescue, which feels good, and you think, oh wow, I have support here, that doesn't always happen. And sometimes you get let down because people are involved in their own journey, in their own life, in the difficulties of that, whether they're seeing how things work or not, or especially if it's from your vantage point or from your view or the way you think, it's really irrelevant. Your help is going to come from the Spirit, and they want to help you tremendously. We just got to refocus, kind of like that picture I got up on the wall here. I refocused and got a nice shot of the moon and the silhouette with the tree behind it. But if I was just focusing on the moon, it wouldn't have been all that interesting picture. But I refocused and got something beautiful. Sometimes we need to refocus, and we can get something beautiful out of this situation that we may be in. So saying that, I kept thinking, you know, my help comes from the Spirit, and every time when I go back, every time I let myself get a little bit down, something happens that lets me know that I have a tremendous support group. Not in the physical, because everybody's wrapped up in their own lives to the extent, and I'm not being down on them. Now, not to any particular person or people. I can name events where, you know, it may sound like I'm being hard on this individual, and I don't want to do that. I'm not going to name them because I don't want that portrayed in that aspect. But it's true. They're just involved in their own life. They can't come to my rescue, but we've got our own support group that is specifically designed to take care of us. We just have to refocus. And I know at times when I go back through my life, I've probably been the instigation or the vehicle for somebody else building a vehicle for tough terrain, so to speak. I don't really want to, and it hasn't been on purpose, and I kind of want to be more of an inspiration than a hindrance. But, you know, I'm not perfect, and a lot of times I'll have these flashbacks of every dumb thing that I've ever done. And if I look at it like, yeah, I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have done that. If that individual will look at it in a right way, they'll just make a vehicle that can navigate tough terrain. See the theme there is where I'm going at. And I really believe that can help. I really do. There's probably more to it, but I'm trying to think. I don't want to get into too heavy of explanations, because sometimes our explanations become difficult for somebody else who's may think along a different line. They won't see necessarily a truth in the support group. They'll just see a difference in what's going on there in their interpretations of that. And because of that, they'll throw out the baby with the bathwater, so to speak. So sometimes, and I've done that too, when somebody describes something and I think their explanation's kind of weird, I'll kind of negate the truth behind what's being told, and just not consider it a different explanation for the event, just a different interpretation of the evidence. Anyway, I'm going to work on a song here, and I'll probably put this at the end. But if there was anything that was got out of that, if you wouldn't mind just to kind of share it and maybe get these videos out, maybe they'll help somebody. Or if not, I'll still consider it just part of my journey and help me build a vehicle to navigate difficult situations. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saves a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we'll know less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Bye.